Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jordan. Tonight in this video, I'm just going to be doing a mini recap of some of the top plays from today. I'm going to be showing you guys behind the scenes of the watch list, how I make it, why the levels were able to hit, and why I was able to stay in some of these winning trades for so long. So I think it's really important that I start to do these recaps in video format so you guys can really pick my brain apart and see exactly what I'm looking at. The ones who are paying attention, the ones who are asking questions, and the ones who are following these levels are making a lot of money. There is just a certain way you have to play them, and you have to have an open mind. You have to leave all emotion and all bias at the door, and you just have to focus on price. That is it. You guys can see on the left, I just have this chart of Amazon open, a 5-day, 15-minute. You guys can see I have no indicators. I have nothing fancy. It's literally just a plain chart with VWAP. It's very important that you don't make this more complicated than it is, and you keep your charts naked and only focus on things that dictate the price of the stock. I see a lot of people asking questions about moving averages or all these other indicators, and to me, quite frankly, excuse my language, it is all bullshit. It's all a distraction. I want you guys to focus on the stock, volume, and where the momentum is. That is it. So with that said, I'm just going to be going over some of the top plays. So here you guys can see was the watch list from today in my notes. So I had Snapchat, Nvidia, AMD, Roblox, Affirm, Amazon, and Microsoft. So first, you guys can see here on Amazon, this is a 5-day, 15-minute chart, and then this is a 10-day, 30-minute. So one of the first things I'm looking at here is on the 3-month, 1-day. I was saying that this was a very important area of support for Amazon. So our put trigger was this low here. If we were to lose this level on Amazon, I believe that more selling could have taken place, and this would have been a great short going to the downside. If we held this level, I was looking to go long for a chance to get back into this area here. So now let me bring it back down to a shorter term time frame. I just wanted to show you the 3-month, 1-day so you guys can understand why I said it was a major level of support. You guys can see the double bottom here. It's pretty self-explanatory. So now let's go to the 10-day, 30-minute. As in the course I've highlighted, this is a very, very important time frame to keep on close watch, especially when scalping. This is something that I use the most, probably at any time frame. And let me just show you guys what I saw here. So first, this was from Monday. Amazon made a huge move lower. Obviously, the market pulled back, and these were some of the levels that I had drawn out. So you can see here, Monday, this was our pivot high point. After we made the move lower, you guys can see once price revisited this area, it was sent back down. So going into Tuesday, I was looking for a break above this high to enter calls. So this level right here was 3211.87. This was the level in the watch list. This was the level that I entered. Now you guys can see the momentum is still under 50 on the RSI, but like I pointed out on the 3-month, 1-day time frame, we were forming a double bottom on the daily. So it was a major level of support. I was looking for kind of a bottom catch or a quick scalp on Amazon. So that is where I got the level for both call and puts. Obviously, calls triggered. We broke through 3211.87 with volume. The RSI started to perk back up. Now my first targets out of this 3211.87 was this low from Monday's open. So you guys can see here, this was 3223.93. Out of this break, out of 3211.87, this was my first target. Now, if I go to a 5-minute time frame here and kind of narrow it down, you guys can see we got that break above, we got the closes above VWAP, and once we did, we made that push higher. We got to our trigger here, our first target. Once we broke above, we then use it as support. So a lot of the times I tell you guys, the retest is sometimes the safest entry and where you can make the most amount of money. So if you are missing on a move like this, and I tell you guys a specific target on where price can get to, wait for it to break out and retest. You guys can see this paid very, very nice if you played it off the retest. Now, let me show you guys how I got this 3255.94 second target. So you guys can see here from Friday, this was Friday's low. So in this situation here, when price advanced higher and used 3223.93 as support, I am looking to test Friday's low. So we made this move here, and where did we find resistance? Right at Friday's low. So you guys can see these pivot points and how they work. If we were able to break above this high and continue to advance higher, it then would have been the high of this candle. So this high was 3279.39. So going into tomorrow, if we can reclaim our 3223.93 and clear these highs and advance higher, this is the first level I'm going to be looking at as a target. So that is just a quick example on how you guys can see on the daily, on the 30-minute, and on the 5-minute how this was a great play going to the upside and where multiple opportunities were presented. So we have the break above, we have the VWAP, we have the closes above, we have the breakout, first target reached, as you guys can see here, we have the retest, and then we have the second target as well. We have the RSI momentum, we have the uptick in volume, as you guys can see here on the 30-minute. RSI is beginning to come up, and then also another very important point, the RSI is rejecting the 50 level. So at this point here, when I'm in the position, now I said I did sell this a bit early, which I did. I sold it around this area here. But if you are in the position and leaving runners, you guys want to see the RSI reclaim this 50. So that's a very important thing to look at, and that's when you know you should be scaling. When price is getting up to this 50 line and right at a very important area of resistance, that's where you want to be taking off the size of your position. So this was a great scalp going to the upside. You could have made a lot of money in a very short amount of time if you just followed the plan. So I really hope you guys understand this breakdown of Amazon, and now I'm going to go into Affirm. So this was another play that I took off the watch list, and this one paid very well. So I have some old levels here, just disregard like this flag, let's just delete it, and let's really zoom in on today's session. So you guys can see here on the 5-minute, here on the 30-minute, I am looking for a break above 111.26. Now, where did I get 111.26? So you guys can see here, obviously Monday, like I said, the general market pulled back, Affirm pulled back, we made a move lower, we then consolidated in this area here, got all those rejections of VWAP, and then on this open for today, I was looking for a break above this high right here. So this is kind of the pivot high after the huge move lower. So the pivot high is 111.26, the high of this candle. You guys can see it right here. So on today's session, I'm looking for a break above this pivot high to long. Now outside of the pivot high break, I'm looking to target this area here. As you guys can see, this was an area of support. So right here, and then here again, there was a small bounce. If I go to a shorter time frame, you could see it. So my first target out of the pivot high is going to be probably this low right here. So this low was 113.56. Now you guys can see here, this is where price rejected right off of that pivot high. So this was a great move. If you got in, even on the first touch of that 111.26, this one paid very well. And I want you guys to see on a 5-minute time frame kind of how it looked. So you guys can see on the 30-minute, and then now on the 5-minute, that was this high right here, which was the call trigger. So we made the nice move higher. We got all those closes above VWAP. I played this bounce right here, right? Perfect play. Got a nice move on premium on this move. And then you guys can see later in the day, look at this again. We come back, we test that same 111.26 and made the move right back up to VWAP. So this is another great opportunity to scalp, right? These quick plays, if you're looking at a 5-minute chart, you are in for scalping. So now I want to show you guys the 15-minute, the 15-minute as well. If you're looking at the 15-minute, you want to look for scalping. So again, pivot high right here, 111.26, blasted right through it. We came to this point here, like I said before. You guys can see it was used as support, rejected VWAP. So this is the level I'm looking to exit. Now let's go to Microsoft. So Microsoft was another great play from today. I'll show you guys how I got this level. So the level in the watch list was 284.59. So if I zoom in here on a 15-minute and then I zoom in here on a 30-minute, I am looking for this right here. Now you guys can see on Friday, this was the false breakout high before that monster 30-minute close at 10:30 on Friday that advanced the stock way higher. So in situations like this, I'm looking for a break above these false breakout highs. You guys can see this was an area of resistance, rejected VWAP, came down, we made the move higher, rejected that same spot. So anytime price rejects an important area like this, this is where we get our call and put triggers. So you guys can see over this 284.59, we used it as support, we made the stronger move higher. So going into today's session, I am really paying attention to this area right here. So on Monday, obviously the whole market came down, we came back up. Tuesday, you guys can see we opened right back in that same exact area. So the entry to long would have been that 284.59 and targeting these highs right here. So you guys can see this was the high from Monday's session. This is where I would have scaled out all my size. I didn't play Microsoft personally today. This one was a great play if anyone took it though, and I'm sure some of you guys made money off it. It was pretty easy. It held VWAP the whole day. There was no reason to exit this trade, and I know it paid out very, very nicely. So this is a 15-minute view. Let's go down to a 5-minute view now. So if you are in the play at this point here, this candle would have been a shakeout, but if you are getting in right at the open, you guys can use low a day as your stop. You know, it's very easy to identify your risk. It's pretty simple. 930 candle low was 284.01, and then the 935 candle was 284.05. So we held low a day. So even on this dip here in the morning, you guys can have your stop right there at the low a day. So we never got there. We reclaimed VWAP again, and we just kept stair stepping and moving higher. So you guys can see on the 30-minute time frame how I got that call trigger, and then you guys can see you guys really want to be taking off your size into this ramp. These are the moves where the premiums are moving the highest. So with options, especially playing weeklies, even bi-weeklies, you guys want to be taking off the size into the ramps. You guys want to be collecting premium. If a pullback were to happen and we would have lost VWAP and came back down to the trigger, you would have lost almost all of your premium and you probably would have ended the trade red. So it's important to be taking off your size into these moves. And I just really hope you guys understand a little bit more of what I'm seeing. I'm going to be doing these videos a lot more. I'm just going to make them short and sweet, and I'm going to be doing some of the best plays from the watch list and kind of take you guys behind the scenes on what I am doing in my charting and how I'm able to get some of these extremely profitable trades. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be all for tonight. I want you guys to study and really pay attention to the levels that I put out, and let's absolutely crush it tomorrow.